Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is SITI Hanisah binti Noor AZMI with student number 2019287494. In this video, I will be explaining about lab number 4 for MEM 360, which is lab advanced. So without further ado, let's get started. So first, I will be explaining part by part for this product. So the part 1 process is milling, while part 2 process is turning. So for section A, first one is phase, second one is center drill, third one is drill, the fourth process is tapping, the fifth process is rough, and the sixth process is finishing. For the section B, the first process is rough phase, the second process is finish phase, the third process is rough phase for here, the fourth process is finishing phase, the fifth process is center drill, the sixth process is drilling, the seventh process is tapping, the eighth process is rough phase, the ninth process is finish phase, and the last one for the section B is cut off. So to joining these two section, which is the final product, the metal joining process used is brazing. For part 1 process, which is milling, I will choose machining process number 5. So the fifth process for part 1 is rough mill contour. For this process, the cutting tool of this process is ball, nose, and mill. The description of the cutting tool is MRF 16 S20 160. The number of insert of flutes is 1. The DC dimension in millimeter is 16 millimeter. The LF is 160 and the LH is 65. So for the part C, we need to use the online calculator. So this is the picture for the calculation in the online using the online calculator. So we just fill in the part C. The cutting material is carbide. The cutting speed is 107. The end mill diameter is 16. Machine max is 6000. Cutting edge or flux is 1. Spindle speed is 2130. The chip load is 0.096. The feed rate is 204. So for the next part is estimated time. We just need to divide length of cut with feet. So the length of cut for process number 5 is 180 and the feed rate is 204. So the estimated time is 0.882. Next part is a graphic illustration, which is a sketch process flow in 2D or 3D. So for the next part, which is part number 2, the turning process. The machining process that I choose is also process number 5, which is center drill. So for the holder of the center drill is drill chuck. The cutting tool of the machining process is center bit drill countersunk SS. For the applications, no. Boring bar type, there is no boring bar type. There is no size for this center bit drill. So from this, we can proceed to the next part, which is part C. For the part C, it is also will be using the online calculator. So from the online calculator result, we can fill in the description parameter setting for the part C. So the cutting material is HSS. The cutting speed of this process is 29. The workpiece diameter is 20. The machine max is 6000. The cutting edge or flux is 2. Spindle speed is 460. The chip load is 0.396. And the feed rate is 183. So next, the estimated time for this process is also the same, which is need to be divided by the length of cut divided by feet. So the length of cut for this process is 5 millimeter, and the feet is 183 millimeter per minute. So the estimated time is 0.027. The next part, which is the last part, is part D, which is graphic illustration, which is sketch process flow in 2D or 3D. So here, so that's all from me. Thank you.